chapter 88, those who nailed me down on the cross were innocent. While I was being nailed on the cross as a man among men, I could have liberated myself as a spirit, as the creator and ruler of the universe, with all my power and might. But my love for both the Father and you, and those who were nailing me, did not allow me to behave in some other way, but in showing to all that with the Father's love, it was possible to endure any pain of the physical body and any derision of the soul, and by this remain in that very love and truth of the Father, without accusing anyone, without denouncing anyone, without judging anyone, while merely loving and loving all equally, absolutely all, even those who were hammering a live body of man with hammers and nails, and sincerely prayed to the Father that he would forgive them, those lost and bewildered children of his, for their deeds, since they were doing them because of their ignorance, because of their darkness. And a much bigger sin is committed by those who sit in high religious posts, who sit in political posts, and who merely in words, in highly resounding words, trumpet about me, about the Father, about struggle against the drugs, about morals, about goodness, about justice, about love, and about beauty, without moving a finger themselves to turn their souls towards the values their lips pronounce, and by their living example show this very path as to how to manifest all these values, that all might relish them in joy. That is why 2,000 years ago I blamed the Pharisees and scribes that pretended to know how to assist man to live up to their God, while they themselves did not live according to their own teachings. Thus, by what name must a teacher be called who teaches that which he does not live up to himself? How could people follow such a teacher when the teacher himself does not walk on the path of his own teaching? Who is to be blamed for this, the one who teaches or the one who is being taught, but does not know how to follow the teaching because he does not see an example in the teacher? Can a teacher have sincere and honest disciple if the teacher himself deceives his disciple by telling him one thing while doing another? It was because of this that I overthrew the tables of the money changers in the temple, took a whip, and sent the animals out of the Father's house, since the temple was contaminated with dishonest rituals and mean actions that merely caused suffering to the human soul and oppressed him with an unbearable monetary burden which was demanded by the priests to pay for sacrificing animals and in fees, so that by these rituals it would not be possible to reach out for the Father's heart. That is why I accused the scribes and the Pharisees that they cared for their outer shining, completely neglecting their own inner selves. Their clothes were splendid and the rituals were pompous, while man's soul was suffering from injustice and oppression, which were particularly caused by the yoke of those very dead rituals. Therefore, I was pleading to the Father that he would forgive those who were nailing me on the cross, for they really did not know what they were doing, or else by no means would they have nailed me. But the scribes and the Pharisees did resort to the plan of my destruction on purpose. They were doing it while thoroughly considering it and choosing different decisions. And when one of their attempts failed, they embraced another. But each new decision confirmed the previous and unsuccessful one. They did know what they were doing. Therefore, it was their fault, their sin.